Skanda hasn't changed much since I left. It's even bigger now than it was, but the feeling is the same. Could I come back to this? Ray comes over immediately when she sees me get back on to the office counseling office.
Hey, you're not in trouble or anything, are you? I just saw you being whisked away in a Skanda car toward headquarters.
All right, Ray, mind your business.
I'm in trouble.
Didn't give me any details, which is kind of unusual.
Ray's too perceptive for me to continue avoiding this conversation. Time to come clean and tell her that I am indeed more powerful and better than her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I have something to tell you. I used to work here. I mean, at Skanda, as an engineer.
Oh, Ray's gonna feel really incompetent now.
I used to work on Eliza. I'm sorry for not saying it earlier, but...
I didn't want specials. No, I'm here for... I didn't want
special treatment, yeah.
I didn't want special treatment.
Oh, so that's why...
Why what?
I suspected something was going on with you, but I couldn't tell exactly what it was. I thought I might have seen a name like yours in our internal documentation at one point, but I didn't want to pry. If you've fallen on hard times, I understand. There's no shame in it.
Wow.
She seems... As soon as we told her that, she seemed like she completely changed her demeanor. Like, her demeanor's a lot more real. Not that it wasn't real before, but she had a professional facade on, and then now it's normal.
Everyone has to make ends meet now and then.
She's being kind of condescending, though, because she's coming at this from the assumption that we're broke.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't... Maybe she came from the point where maybe we just said something to her that she could relate to, as in, I was broke once, too, and then I had to build myself back up.
Yeah.
We get plenty of people who come to Eliza proxy work because they're trying to get back on their feet after some kind of trouble.
See?
I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm just doing some research.
I understand. Your secret's safe with me.
Should it be a secret?
Shouldn't it be?
No, she wants it to be.
Yeah.
Secret sisters!
The other proxies here might think you had an ulterior motive for being here. Spying on them or something.
That's definitely not why I'm here. Also, I left Skanda quite a while ago.
I know that, but they might still get the idea. Trust me, it's better not to give the other proxies here any reason to be suspicious.
Let's tell all of them.
They're suspicious enough.
Tell all of them right now.
I'm sure your real reasons are good ones, whatever they might be.
She's like excited that there's a secret between them.
Yeah.
If there's anything I can do to help, you'll let me know, won't you?
Oh, you know what it is? She's sucking up to us because she knows that we're more important than she thought.
You know that, and also you know how like some people, it's like they just want to be in on the secret.
Yeah.
And like when they feel like they're in on the secret, they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, we're in now.
We're in this together now.
Yeah, I will.
Like when that thing happened where we had to bury the thing.
Yeah, and now we're in this together. Our bond
is stronger.
I mean, I get it. I know someone who's an engineer for a food delivery app, and he drives for it sometimes too. You want to see through the eyes of your users, don't you? It's amazing what you can catch by doing that.
It's something like that. But like I said, I'm not sure if I'm going to work on the Eliza program again.
Wait, no? But that's your career.
It was. I'm not even sure if I have a career anymore.
Oh, hang on, I just thought of something. That means you worked with Raynor, right?
A little bit. For most of the time I was at Skanda, he wasn't anyone I spoke to, though. Too high up the chain, doing his executive stuff. He got more involved when we were starting to commercialize the technology, but I left not long after that. So, we only overlapped for a short time.
But that's so cool, though! I can't believe you actually worked with Raynor Sai.
Well, yeah, I did. I'm not sure it's that impressive.
Ray lowers her gaze at me.
I've worked for this company for 3 years. Do you think he knows my name? Do you think he's aware I exist? I worked on the very first Eliza deployment and managed 3 counseling centers today, and I'll bet you anything he has no idea who I am.
Maybe he does. You never know.
Evelyn, most people who work for big companies don't interact with the people at the top, ever. Allow yourself some pride.
I think she's yeah. You're important now.
You're important now, so I'm glad that we know each other. What's your favorite type of cookie?
Yeah.
Tell me.
What's Rainer's favorite type of cookie?
Tell me the cookies. Okay.
It's nothing to be proud of.
Sure, if you say so. At least I'll always think you're cool. By the way, what are you up to tonight?
Yep. All right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Want to come over and help me bake cookies?
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Oh, sure.
Awesome. We'll have a little baking party. Now I can't wait to get in the kitchen tonight.
I'm still terrified of that old professor putting that dream thing on our friend.
Mm-hmm.
Terrified that she's gonna get Stepford wived.
Maybe what she's doing is she's putting something in the cookies
Yeah.
and giving it to everybody. It's like,
I still have so much anxiety about that professor, though. I really hope it doesn't go down that way, because I'm scared.
they're brain drain
There's nothing like the
cookies.
smell of fresh baked treats.
Okay, what is up with you, lady?
Do you remember that dinosaur movie with the brain drain?
Oh, it was called We're Back?
Yeah, we're back. And it's like the good doctor gives them something to like make the dinosaurs smart.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're all like, ooh, we're people now. And then the bad one is like, no, I'm going to give them brain drain and make them like
Dumb,
animals for my
yeah.
circus or something.
And you're like, okay, what?
Comment if you remember this movie.
No, it was a cool movie.
It was cool.
Scary, though.
Yeah. I remember being like, oh no.
I was worried Ray would be mad at me for keeping a secret, but she wasn't at all.
Because now she has the secret.
If anything, she warmed up to me quite a bit. I don't really understand why, though. Well,
I do.
she's kind of a social climber,
Yeah.
and also she loves being in on secrets.
And she likes cookies.
And also she peeps in on people's therapy sessions.
Yeah.
So I feel like it makes perfect sense. It's hard to imagine there's anything cool about what I used to do. It's you.
Evelyn, it was wonderful to meet you, and thank you for allowing me to contact you to ask additional questions. I'm not sure I said this in person, but I have to admit to being something of a fan of yours ever since I read your papers when I was in school. Oh, this is the
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm grateful for the opportunity to speak with you like this. Haha. So I know Eliza was named after this old computer program that pretended to be a therapist, but you mentioned it wasn't called that initially. I'd like to know, what did you call Eliza when you were working on it? Did it have a name?
This guy, I love how they get the social subtext of how texts work.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Where a lot of fast-paced text means...
Ha!
Ha ha, just came. Unless you think it's cool, then I'm not. You know? It was very early days. It wasn't a set thing. Each of us had a different sort of name we used. Soren called it the Digital Therapy Project.
Of course he would.
And we often refer to things by their components. The language processing unit, the emotional reasoning engine, and so on. Now that I think about it, I did have my own name. I called it the Listener. Alright, is this
That's even
that's creepier.
That's creepier.
That kind of reminds me of those kids' books where it's like The Giver.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they always have like some sort of weird dystopian
Oh,
thing.
and they give things. Isn't that so wonderful? And it turns out to be this like dystopian shit where the world is black and white.
I don't know if you read it or not, but it's supposed to be about how the world is post-war, and they do something with memories, but there's always one person who's supposed to remember what it was like before the war.
I don't remember anything about it because I read it when I was really, really young.
It was one of those things that they're like, hey kids, you're 9 now.
'Cause
time to see what life could be like in a horrible place.
Because I feel like it was assigned to us when we were in like 5th grade, maybe. And I read it before that. So
It's like one of those Ender's Game things where it's like you're 11, you're like, what? A twist. You know?
Yeah.
Are you saying Ender's Game was not a game?
All kids are like, whoa! That's so, like Berenstein Bears fucking twists.
Still a good story, you know?
Are you saying that maybe we should share? Like, whoa! The lessons.
Holy shit, war is bad. That was kind of a dark story where they're like, we needed someone to believe that they weren't real so they could destroy all of them.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, what? Because that's what it was meant to do. Listen to people.
The listener. That's interesting. Thank you.
I feel like he's trying to get questions on how to hack the system. I expect you to ask more technical questions. No, I have a crush on you. I just want to know about you.
The technical stuff isn't enough on its own. I think that's the mistake my predecessors made. It's details like this that really help me wrap my brain around the system. If I understand the programmer, then I understand the program. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get it. I just don't trust literally anybody in this thing except for blonde-haired side shave friend. Because she's out. She's like, I'm out of here. I'm not part of the system. I'm just making music that makes people feel like they're getting fucked. And I'm like, I trust that.
Yeah.
Trust that energy. Chief engineer for Eliza, huh? Wonder how long he'll last. Not that it's any of my business now. Yes, therapy.
I'm like still hyped from playing Man in Baton earlier. I'm still like,
This guy, okay. So I'm judging people off of looks right now because we're playing a video game and it's not fair to do this in real life. But when you're playing a game, it's loud. He looks like the profile picture of a men's rights activist. Mm-hmm. Am I wrong? It's nothing to do with how he looks. It's his body language.
Yeah, I feel like the eyes combined with the closed off arms.
Yeah, it's not how he looks. It's his body language.
Hello, Mark.
Yeah, hello.
How are you today?
Let's just get this over with.
Oh, is he like?
Oh, maybe he
court ordered.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Okay. Oh.
Okay. What brings you here today?
Human resources.
Yeah.
The HR department brings me here today.
Why do you say the HR department brings you here today?
Because they're making me do this.
So the body language read was correct.
Was right. Yep. So there was some sort of incident at work, it would appear.
Because apparently I have anger management issues.
What does this man say on Twitter?
Is that
about Angela?
Right? Yeah.
I sense that you're upset about this. Please tell me more.
Well, I'll tell you more. This is ridiculous. I was here before any of them. I was here since the beginning, okay? I mean, look at my badge. Skanda employee number 617. That's a 3-digit number. I've been here for more than 25 years.
Did you hear the music change?
It's like ominous, dude.
Yeah, that was back when what you communicated was more important than your specific communication style.
Oh, God. One of these.
Before hurting a kid's feelings became a bigger no-no than running a viable business.
Oh, is he? I hope he's not one of the therapists.
Back then, we had a single office building. Just one. At that size, you fail a product launch, there's no more company. We all had to put in 150, 200, 300% to keep our shit together. We were in the trenches, man. Bullets whizzing by overhead, artillery floating everywhere, no fucking air support. Did it suck? Yeah. Yeah, it did. But you know what? We shipped some great fucking products.
So I wonder if Skanda used to do something before they did the other.
Before they commercialized the product.
I think they must have done different products than the current Eliza, because Skanda probably made other things.
Maybe it was like a Logitech. They're making
like calculators and shit.
I don't know.
Because he says that we've been there for 25 years. And we shipped some great fucking products. So they must have shipped other things besides Eliza.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes sense. And then kind of sucks that they would make him go to their own therapy resource. But I guess that technically saves money. So why give him anything else?
We built this company into what it is today. An invented technology the whole world uses now. Governments, multinationals, everyone. But now we're big and slow, complacent. resting on our laurels while our competitors run circles around us. If our new hires don't understand the urgency of that, I need to make them understand, okay? We're history unless we get that drive back.
I get where he's coming from, but he's kind of a butthead still.
Why do you need to make them understand?
Well, I don't know if you noticed, but young people are really pissy and entitled these days.
That's what everybody says.
Yeah.
Every generation. Forever.
We recruit from top 20 computer science programs. These kids have been wined and dined all through their higher education.
And do you know why? The reason that cycle perpetuates itself is because as generations keep going, in theory, we keep making things better and easier for generations that come after us. So
In theory.
In theory. And that's not to say in every single way, but like things change, and obviously like the whole idea of progress is that we make things better and easier in certain ways. And so when people get older, if they are kind of jaded and frustrated by the fact that younger people don't have to go through the same things that they did, then they can develop kind of like a very bitter attitude towards like the fact that it's like, oh, well, they don't have to do like XYZ thing that I did. And it's like, well, yeah, but the whole idea of people putting in that work is so that other people don't have to suffer the way you did.
And they can work on other problems, not just the same problem.
Forever and ever.
Yeah. Yeah, because 100 years ago, people would just work 16-hour days and then they died.
Yeah.
And people saying, well, 100 years ago, people would work 16 hours days and then they died. I'm like, yeah, that sucked. But that doesn't mean that today doesn't suck, you know?
Yeah.
Because there's people who still work 16 hours days today and die.
And like, it would be kind of like, I would imagine at, even changes in like, oh, we're going from horse-drawn carriages to like cars to like public transportation. And like you could have people that are like, oh, well, you don't have to like walk like 5 miles to school. And it's like, well, yeah, but the whole reason that we come up with public transportation is that people don't have to do that. They don't have to struggle in that way anymore. So like,
so they can spend their emotional and physical resources on something more efficient.
Yeah.
Every one of our competitors wants to hire them, so they get used to that. Now they all want to know what Skanda can do for them, not the other way around.
Oh no, how dare they have self-value.
Why would we want these conceited, over-celebrated whelps on our team? I'll never understand the logic there. Now, Mark, you have to be nice to the new hires or they won't like it here. Okay, so what, I'm just supposed to pretend everyone's work is great, even if it's a pile of stinking garbage?
Well, if it's a pile of stinking garbage, I can see your point.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but if I see shit, I'm gonna say that is shit. Tiptoeing around everyone's feelings all the time. That's how you end up with shitty products. That's how this company winds up dead, okay?
Sounds like he maybe has a little more personal investment in the company than maybe the company has
In him? Yeah.
And like, hey, it's great to be like proud of your job and like want things to do well, but also like you gotta look out for yourself, you know? And like your priority shouldn't be like, it's not that whole like, what can I do for my company? It's like, well, yeah, but also like what can the company do for you? What are they doing for you?
Our lives
Sorry.
every day here. We can't take anything for granted. Someone needs to tell them that this isn't summer camp. This isn't fucking Coachella.
What were you going to say?
I was just gonna say like, it's that whole thing about like we can still want things to be better.
Okay.
Either you do the work and provide something of value to this company, or you get the hell out of here. Those are my rules.
Here's a question, Mark. If you were able to have something you wanted right now, what would you choose?
I would choose to not waste my time here and get back to work. Believe it or not, I have important things to do. Things that dramatically affect this company's bottom line. Instead, I'm stuck here talking to this dipshit chatbot. Honestly, I don't even know why this division exists. I mean, what's the end game here? This company has lost its mind, you know that? We used to be unstoppable, man. We used to build real software. Ironclad software. Swift mail. All your corporate communications, put it all in there. It's fast, it's robust, it works. Boom, Info Vault. Index and search all your records. Any information you want, easy, done. But this fucking psychotherapy app thing, what's the fucking point? What does it actually do for anybody? I've heard through the grapevine that results are inconclusive so far. You know what they call a remedy that maybe doesn't work? Snake oil. Believe me, if I was the group program manager here, I would have killed it years ago.
Yeah, but is it profitable?
Pointless. I mean, I have no fucking idea why it survived. Well, yeah, maybe I do. I heard a rumor that Raynor liked this chick on the team.
Oh.
Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's the level of decision-making we've sunk to here.
Oh, wait, no, that's just sexism. Never mind.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, the only reason this would happen is if a woman's vagina lured a man into, illogical decisions with, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
The only reason a man would be illogical is because of a woman, you know?
And like, God, you know what? It just really sounds like this guy needs some hobbies.
Yeah, you
You know?
need to do some shit outside. You know what? I wonder if Eliza's gonna say, hey, get a fucking life.
Well, and everybody can benefit from that, like not making your job like your life. Because when you get like so invested, and I'm not saying that I'm better than that, because I'm certainly as guilty of that as anybody, but like you have to find something to value about yourself besides your job.
But Mark, we're so successful. We dominate the market. Yeah, we do. And that's exactly why we should be worried. Just when you think you've won and you start to relax, that's when the wolves come and tear you limb from limb.
Alright, maybe you should start a blog
You can
or
make
something.
me take these fucking anger management classes, but that's not going to save this company. Costs are up, revenue is flat. Our cloud business is losing competitiveness. We're being outwitted, outplayed, on every level, man. And we're just letting them do it to us. We're too busy wasting time on shit like how I wasn't nice enough to the new hires.
I get where he's coming from, but I do think he needs a hobby.
Mhm.
Like, he's very invested in the company. He's seeing it not doing perfectly. And then someone's like, you have to be nicer. But he's being angry because he's stressed about the company.
Yeah.
And he thinks, what, me being angry is not changing anything. I want everyone to be more intense, please.
Yeah, well, it's like when you value your work above yourself, then when you get upset about things like this, instead of thinking, oh, I need to take care of myself, you're like, oh, this is about work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, yeah, he needs a hobby.
Why do you think the new hires felt this way about you?
What? Why do they feel that way? Look, they get heated. That's the way it is.
It doesn't have to be that way, dude.
You think
No.
the Allies had time to make sure every soldier's feelings were storm the beaches at Normandy?
Okay, you weren't in World War II, first of all, and you keep making war analogies, and I'm 100% sure you were never served.
So never served in combat?
Never served in combat. I feel like the guys who always say that shit have never been in the military.
They played Call of Duty, Mari. It's the same.
Yeah, I think some guys think it's the same. Or they read war books or whatever the fuck. I've never met somebody...
Sun Tzu?
Sun
what it
Tzu's The Art of War.
Yeah.
I never met anybody who served combat who, like...
Relates everything
back to that. So, I don't know what the fuck that's about. Actually, I do, but I don't, just... If you haven't served, don't say shit like that, honestly.
And shit, don't tell me that this is not a war, because that's exactly what this is.
No.
My responsibility is to make sure we get great products out the door, on spec, on time. And I happen to be very good at that. But if you want to start interfering with my ability to do my job, then we're going to have a problem, okay?
Okay.
What do you think would make things better for you?
I mean, you know what? Nothing.
That's what I thought.
I'm probably going to hang it up pretty soon anyway. Go ahead, record that with all your cameras and shit. I don't care anymore.
I think retiring would
That
be
would
a good
actually
idea.
be a good
I
idea.
think, maybe build a sailboat.
Wouldn't be surprised if Raynor's watching me right now.
Probably.
Probably, because
Yeah.
because they seem to be doing that.
Raynor, you son of a bitch. You owe me a lot. Me, guys like me, we built this company while you sat up there in your star chamber, drinking tea and lording it over us. Yeah, I don't remember that blank look you gave me at the holiday party. Like, who is this guy? Does he even matter? What does he do?
You know what he's doing right now? He's being entitled. Because he's like, I built this company, and like, I get it, like, you're there from the beginning and you feel like some sort of ownership over it, but the truth is that, like, you don't own the company, and, like, I don't...
It sucks, though, because it's 2 different employees have said, I've worked really hard in this company, and I get absolutely no recognition from the higher-ups. So I understand where they're coming from, but it's not making them happy.
I just don't understand why he didn't leave sooner. You know?
Because this company is all he's ever really known, I assume, in his adult career life. And I think I get why he's so pissed, but there's other things.
Too busy appreciating ancient pottery to remember one of your oldest and most loyal battalion commanders.
Oh my god, like, I get where you're coming from, dude,
but... humble, everyday guys who made you a fucking billionaire.
I hope he got paid well.
Is he being, like... He's pulling, like, the nice guy.
What a waste of time. So, are we going to wrap this up?
Mark, I'm going to suggest you try a program called Lakeside Fishing.
AKA a hobby.
Yeah.
A hobby.
It may help you take your mind off things.
What, are you kidding? Are you kidding me? No, I'm not going to do that. I got to get back to work.
No, please pick up fishing. Please start fishing.
Yeah,
Please.
please.
Actually go to a physical lake and fish some fish.
Or, like, I don't know, bowl.
You can find it inside the Skanda Wellness app on your phone.
Someone around here at some point needs to do some fucking work.
Try it for about 15 minutes each day, in the morning or evening.
See? But we're giving him a solution, but we're not able to give him the language he needs to hear in order to hear it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I wish it could be, we could say, hey, because Eliza, the program, is giving him the correct solution, but it's not using the language that he needs. So we would be like, I think a good way of saying it is, yeah, you're really angry because you've put so much, work into this company. But
Maybe
you need
to take a step back.
But you need to define yourself in more ways than just the company.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you try picking up this hobby? Like, let's say, give fishing a try. You don't even have to put any investment into it. You can try this virtual reality thing and see if you like that. And if you don't like that, you can try a different thing and see what you like.
Paint those little miniatures and make a giant, like...
I don't imagine him being into miniatures. I imagine him painting it and then smashing it.
Oh, but he could set up like a battle.
Yeah, dude, you could start painting miniature battle dudes.
Yeah, paint little mini like things and like create this whole like battle scene. I feel like that would be...
Yeah, or you could play video games, dude. I don't know.
We hope to see you back soon, Mark.
You really think this piece of shit's gonna be the next big thing, huh?
Thank you for speaking with Eliza, your personal counseling partner.
Dude. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Whoa. Good fucking bye.
Yeah, okay, goodbye. Fuck me.
So I wonder if that could ever, these like shortcomings, we're not going to get to. If these shortcomings can be overcome by Skanda Old Guard. Attitudes might be changing now, but the history is there. Sometimes the past is hard to escape. Oops.
Oh. Ray, the article came out. I think it turned out okay, but the emphasis on me is a little embarrassing. Northwest Voices. The
Just
locals.
Skim it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Fine. Well, Ray recounts the jobs she's had over her life. This might sound weird, but I truly believe all these jobs contributed in some way toward preparing me for what I'm doing now. And she's working on this Eliza thing.
Usually I just read the first sentence of every paragraph.
I was trying to like summarize that.
Oh, okay.
She's the manager for 3 locations of Eliza. Most of the initial beta version trials were conducted here. blah, 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 engineers stopping by. Eliza was originally developed as a skunkworks project inside Skanda by a small team of idealistic engineers. And then Ray came in. I remember telling them, I may not have a computer science degree like many of you, but I've been handling shit and getting it done in so many situations by now. I'm sure I can get your shit done too. In an industry that tends to lionize the archetype of the lone genius programmer, appreciation for roles like Bukari's can be more muted. Every high-flying tech company has these unsung but totally crucial operations staff who work behind the scenes. She says recognition isn't what she's after. What's more important to her is feeling like she's making a difference. As we come to the end of the tour, Bakari shares a different story. My brother has had some struggles off and on all through his life. He's wrestled with substance abuse and other problems. I worry about him. Blah, blah, blah. In our family, we kept things bottled up. We never acknowledged our problems, but there is a sense that strong people could just power through. So that's why I want to do this, and I want to tell your readers, if there's someone out there having a tough time and don't know who to talk to, please try Eliza. It just sits there and listens to you. Unlike your friends or relatives, it will never respond to you by bringing up its own problems or berating you. It just listens.
Okay, well, you sold me. That's good. Sometimes it is good just to talk to a chatbot, as I've said before.
Well, it's like, even when you talk to real people, you know how sometimes you'll be like, hey, I want to talk this out, and I just want you to listen, you know? It's like, I think it's very common, even if you're not going into, like, the whole, like, berating or bringing up your own problems, like, people can sometimes try to fix things, and it's like, hey, maybe I just want you to listen, you know?
Yeah, you already know the solution.
I already know what I'm supposed to do. I just want you to hear me whine about it.
Because I want to be validated in this being a problem.
And to hear that, like, you know, my feelings are valid.
I didn't recognize his face or name, though. Oops.
Whoopsie.
Oops. I also am that bitch. He must be part of a different division than the one I was in. Glad I never had to work with him.
Well, she only came up in she was probably, so the last time she was there was 3 years ago. So she was probably there for some years before that, so.
Whoever decorated this room must have picked a soft light with the idea it would help clients feel calm. I'm not sure it's working.